Family-friendly eye care is Dr. Z. We're located at 8 North Main Street in Jewett City. You can also find Grizzled Eye Care on Facebook and send us a message. Don't forget that eye exams correlate to your whole body health too. It's not just new glasses and contacts. So come see me, Dr. Katina Simmons, at the all-new Grizzled Eye Care, formerly Dr. Zuckerbrand's. Hope to see you soon.
You see the signs everywhere. No alcohol if under 21. No tobacco under 21. No vaping supplies under 21. It's 21 for a reason.
Youth that use alcohol are more likely to engage in other risky behaviors, such as gambling. Learn the warning signs and how to talk to your children about addiction.
It's 21 for a reason. Brought to you by CIRAC and funded in partnership with SAMHSA. Find out more at CIRACCT.org.
Your community radio. Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Paul Lash in the morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Like they always say things that aren't stupid usually. And when they are stupid, it's funny.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to SNSN. Hey, Paul, how are you?
Good morning. I thought I was listening to Kiss.
No. We're not going to do that.
Huh.
We're not going to do that. Are you going to come in, or are you going to? Usually, you just kind of come in and sit down. So I'm just wondering if you're going to play along with us today.
Sit down, retiree row.
That's right. You're lucky there's a seat today, because Chris usually comes in on Fridays, and he is not coming in today. There we go. Because Chris had his neck amputated. So he's still trying to adjust, to being like three inches shorter. He kind of looks like Ed from 90 Day Fiance right now.
Have you even watched 90 Day Fiance?
I have.
Did you watch that season?
I did. That's the only season I watched, because the lady from Middletown was on it.
Yeah.
Spacey or whatever her name was. I don't know.
Darcy,
yeah. And
her sister Stacy.
Yeah. Well, before Stacy was even a part of anything, Darcy, she was at Mohegan Sun, some wedding show or whatever. And Rihanna had to go meet her.
Oh.
So and then I ended up watching a few episodes, but No Neck Ed was funny.
Like, I watched that whole season, and I think the only part of that season that really made it funny was Big Ed.
And his Polynesian girlfriend.
She was from the Philippines.
Well, still Polynesian.
But she was from the Philippines.
Okay.
So I watched the season after that, and I think the season after that was I don't know, it's just better.
Yeah, I didn't watch any more past. I only got an interest because we ended up meeting Darcy, who was a girl on a show. She's from Middletown and everything, and we ended up sitting in a limo with her because they had a limo inside. So Rihanna and I and her and just sat in the limo and chatted. She was actually very nice. She was very down to earth. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, so Chris is not coming in.
He's home doing his own dentistry.
Yes, his own dentistry, yeah.
Yeah, he's home probably taking an extraction out.
Yeah.
He's pretty talented with hand tools, so he's probably pulling the tooth on his kids.
No, in all actuality, his wife had a procedure.
I know she did.
Yeah, I know. No, I know. I'm saying.
I know. Yeah.
His wife had a procedure about a week ago or so, and he is home taking care of Denise. So,
yeah.
So Megan, I think Sam's PO'd at me. Well, what else is new?
Yeah, what's new? She's
Did
all the
you
time.
hear what I said to her? Did she
No.
because I know she told your mother.
She doesn't usually tell me things that happen in the house unless
Really?
it's like actually insane.
Well, she's never there. You're there more than she is. You know? She's never there. But anyway, I text her and I said, because so Samantha, you know, Megan's sister, every boyfriend gives her a cat.
Oh boy.
So the first boyfriend gives her a yellow cat, which nobody likes.
I love him.
Come on. Are you serious? That cat is a monster. Then there's and then
He just
so
needs to be loved.
needs to be loved. No, he needs to be neutered. That's what he needs. So of course she's no longer with that young man. So now she's with another young man. He gives her a cat. I don't know. It's a rite of passage to date Samantha. Give her a cat.
Well, I usually get flowers. So I guess she gets cats.
Yeah. So any future suitors, get her a cat. So anyway, now we have 2 cats that Samantha owns. And this one right here is Zuko.
Zucky Wucky.
Zucky Wucky. Come on, you've got like 40 cats, Paul. You know you have a little.
No,
you love the cats. Don't tell me
you
you
have 40 cats.
All right, 14.
No, I think it's even less.
What?
Oh yeah, they're dropping down.
Okay, so how many now? 12?
Maybe 12.
Okay, so you still got a bunch of cats.
Well, yeah.
All right. If you didn't like those cats, Paul, you would be, they're out of here. Take them to Kitty Harbor.
I would be out of here.
Yeah, well, Jenny wouldn't have that.
I'd be out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same thing in my house, you know?
If I yell at them, I'm in trouble.
You know, hey, if we didn't have the dogs,
you'd be out of there.
That'd be gone. It should be like, you know, I only love Howie and Henry.
I hope they have a nice dog house.
Yeah, I go in it often.
That's what I was saying. I would think so. I hope it's a nice one.
So anyway, Zuko, I had, you know, it's supposed to be supposedly a shared dog.
Shared cat.
Or cat, yeah, between her sister and her boyfriend, Ralph. Well, it's only shared at our house, especially in the last 4 or 5 months.
That's not true.
Zuko's been there a long time.
But he was at Ralph's for a while before that. We didn't see him for a few weeks.
Yeah, but 3 weeks, 4 months. 3 weeks, 4 months. So
anyway, Zuko is really fat.
Yeah, because Zuko eats it, nobody else eats.
Samantha won't believe me that Zuko is obese. I said he's a little fat boy. She said, "No, he's not. Don't say that."
Yeah. Well, what does she know? She's not there taking care of him.
I don't know.
She comes home, goes into her room, gets up, takes a shower, and leaves. She don't take care of him.
I got nothing for you, Michael.
Oh no, I'm telling you the story. So I text her. When's it time for Zuko to go back? I don't know. So I guess she got mad and told your mother. And because your mother and I have talked, and she's like, yes, Zuko's got to go back. And she goes, I'm not ready for him to go back. And I'm like, why aren't you ready? You're never here. Why don't you take him where you're going to be?
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. He's not a bad cat. He's really not a bad cat.
Just Michael's time to air his grievances right now.
That's it. Zuko's not a bad cat.
Zuko's a good boy.
Except when Zuko pees all over my comforter.
Well, that's getting back
That
at
makes
you. It's
me
getting
mad.
back at you.
He just doesn't like you.
Well, maybe if the owner of the cats would come take care of them and change the litter box.
Maybe if you weren't so mean to him.
I'm not mean to Zuko at all. You know who I'm mean to? The yellow one. I'll go like that and get away from me.
Why do you think he's so mean?
It's not just me. Ask your brother. He can't stand it either.
I love
your mother
that
can't
cat.
stand. Oh, you do not.
I do actually. I was at your house yesterday. I had that boy. I'm just saying. You get out what you put into it.
I don't know. My lizard loves me. He sits here and he just.
Anyway,
I have no problem with.
You might as well just give up because you're going to lose the fight.
Huh?
Just give up. You're going to lose the fight.
Yeah.
So why argue? Just shut up and take it. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's easy.
Your life would be
That's
much,
easy.
Your life would be much easier.
Peggy goes, manifest love.
so true, Peggy.
Oh my God. What is going on this morning? What is going on? It's not that easy.
That was my phone.
That was yours. Oh yeah. So I get a thing from Duncan today.
Let me tell you about Duncan because I'm irritated and I'm not
So am
usually.
I.
Well, I'm not usually one to like, get upset with like service workers and
Yeah.
stuff. Like today, I was really irritated because every single day I mobile order my coffee before I
Yeah.
leave the house so I don't have to wait in line because I don't have time.
Right.
Like, whatever. So I mobile order my coffee. We get to Dunkin'. The door's locked. They won't let us inside
Oh,
to pick up our mobile order
where was this? What?
in Brooklyn on
Okay.
Route 6.
All right. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. So the door's locked. So I'm like, what the heck? So they make us drive around. They're like, oh, you have to go through the drive-thru. I don't have time to sit in the drive-thru. I mobile ordered because I don't have time.
Yeah.
Then so we sit like at the window and we're like, oh, we have a mobile order. And the guy's like, oh, well, if that happens again, like you just have to sit through the drive-thru because we're understaffed and we can't like let people in. I'm like, okay.
That I don't know if that makes sense.
I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't really care that much. But now I don't want to go back there because if they're understaffed and they're not going to make me sit in the drive-thru when I place a mobile order.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get a thing.
That's just me. But I don't know.
For the next 3 days, if I buy something there, I get 3x points. But just for those 3 days.
I don't know what I have right now. Let me see. Because I go there every single day, which is kind of horrible, but whatever.
Peggy says, please do not speak ill of my mothership, Dunkin' Donuts.
I love Dunkin'. Don't get me wrong.
All right, Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks? What's the one?
Starbucks.
Starbucks, okay.
That's coming, right?
Well, they're just moving it, I think. I think they're moving the one from Target.
Oh, yeah,
Out
because
to a
then they'll
standalone.
get more outside traffic.
Yeah.
Because right now it's pretty much
Just whoever shops at
just for
Target.
the shoppers. So
Yeah, so you get the cultists that go to Target,
Yeah. I don't know. I
go to Target.
don't know what the big deal with Starbucks is. I mean, I think Dunkin' coffee is really good. I don't get it. I don't know what the big deal is.
Baker's dozen, huh? Well, it'd be great if they supported local. So there's that. I'm a Starbucks guy, I guess, more so as far as like the flavor of the coffee. I used to think it tasted burnt,
Yeah.
but
Are you
I like
in
Dean's actually, to be
I
honest
think
with
everything at Dunkin' just has like too much sugar, which don't take it the wrong way because I go to Dunkin' almost every day
Yep.
because there's not a Starbucks near me. But aside from the Target one,
Yeah.
which is the opposite direction, but Dunkin' has way more sugar in everything.
I go to Dean's Corner Diner. Get your coffee there.
Yeah.
However, I started making my coffee at home.
I
And-
usually make it here.
I make it at home, so I love the system that I have set
Yeah.
up. So I bought the little like my K-cup thing where you could put your own coffee grounds in it.
Okay.
So then-
yeah.
So then
yeah.
I don't have to make a whole pot of coffee, just use the grounds.
Yep.
And I go through it slower because I'm using less. So I bought like a bag of like the Starbucks Pike Place roast.
Yep.
That stuff is so good. And it's so much better than like anything.
Oh, like the regular K cups and stuff.
Well, I feel
I have one of those adapters too.
Well, like I feel like the K cups, like if you make a full cup of coffee, they get watered down.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. It's just there's just not enough like coffee in the K cup.
A lot of votes for Dunkin' Donuts. Pike's roast is amazing, says Scott Fryer. Scott Fryer.
And sometimes I put like caramel syrup or
Yeah.
stuff in it.
Yeah. So, but I usually make it right here. I like the K cups. We have a little coffee bar at home, which is fun.
I use Green Mountain.
Yeah. That's pretty good stuff. Yeah. You know what is actually pretty good if you try it, and if you people won't do it because it's a generic brand.
Yeah. I like the Green Mountain breakfast light. It's not so strong in the morning.
No.
So yeah.
The Aldi brand is actually pretty good.
Who makes their brand?
I think it's Folgers, to be honest
There
with
you
you,
go.
but
yeah.
but it's whatever it is, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm. You think it's cold? Yeah.
Sure.
Ceiling's falling in.
Oh,
That's been like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Peach lemonade green tea cooler at Starbucks.
so at Starbucks,
So it says Scotzo.
at Starbucks, my go-to in the summer is to get a refresher. So they have like all the different flavors of refreshers. However, they're usually a water base. So I get a black tea base. So then it's like half refresher, half black tea.
I
Delicious.
notice everybody gets like their one thing. Like Chelsea gets the same thing. Iced blueberry, 2 Splenda, oat milk, or almond milk. I can't do almond milk in coffee though.
I like oat
Can't
milk
do.
in my coffee.
Oat milk is good. Oat milk is good.
Love oat milk.
Perry says Cumbies in Canterbury has the only coffee mate Snickers creamer. Yummy.
Wow.
Hey, Perry, I thought you were going to send me pictures of that Coca-Cola machine. Unless you really don't want to sell it. Peggy goes, have it your way. Have it your way.
Stop. That's enough.
Where's that from? What's the slogan? Have it your way.
Isn't that Burger King?
Megan for the win. Look at that.
I don't.
The old dude couldn't figure it out.
I don't go
Well,
to.
those
I don't
stupid
go to Burger
commercials are
King.
driving me insane.
I don't go to Burger King.
I figured the besties here, you know, I mean, you guys would figure it out. You guys would
I just
talk it out.
listen. So like, nobody's gonna like this one, and nobody's gonna like this take.
Uh-oh.
But I absolutely hate marketing as an extension of capitalism. Hate it. Hate it with every fiber of my being.
What do you think about that as Megan's bestie?
Not making any comments.
I'd have thought you would have been like, yes.
Nope.
God,
Nope.
you're no
Not
fun
going to
today.
argue at
You're
all.
no
Not
fun
going to
today.
say a word. You can do whatever you want.
Sarah says she buys the Aldi whole bean. So good. I like it. It's good. Dennis likes caramel macchiato.
What's that in English?
Caramel macchiato. A macchiato is not even English. Is it Italian?
I don't know.
Probably.
Caramel macchiato. What is a macchiato? What is macchiato anyway?
I don't know.
I've seen it like on menus in the last 10 years, and it's like
To
I
be
have no idea
perfectly
what it
honest
is.
with you, I don't actually know the different like coffees. There's like a chart you can look at, but like usually it just describes the like milk to espresso ratio.
It's beef tongue.
What? Oh God, there goes.
What's wrong with that?
Oh.
Have you tried it?
Beef tongue?
Yeah.
How do we go from coffee flavors from Snickers Coffee Mate to macchiato to beef tongue?
Well, you were just throwing shit out there. So I did the same thing.
You need to check your pulse, Paul.
I think it's still pounding. I'm not sure.
All right, so this week, well, actually yesterday, we kind of took a deep dive into different subjects that we normally don't, you know, because usually we talk like town stuff and what's going on in the area, you know. But I'm getting pretty damn bored with that because you talk about the same things over and over and over again.
So how deep did you go?
Huh? Yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about I don't know, time travel. We were talking about multi-dimensional beings and what the multiverse. So today I figured, you know what? Why not? Let's continue the dive.
How deep we going?
How deep we going? We're going into the world of death, Paul.
Okay.
Death. I love this.
Death.
This is my specialty. I'm so serious.
So, have you ever flatlined?
I don't know.
That's my point.
Who the hell knows?
Because supposedly,
no.
what some people experience when they flatline, or when they actually quote unquote clinically die, are the tunnel of lights.
Yeah,
that's what they see, and then sometimes they see something, sometimes they hover over their bodies, and there's a phenomena behind it, and nobody knows really what it is.
It could be argued scientifically. It's just their brain firing off for the last time.
There you go. So no, there's that argument too. And how long is that last? And it's like, there's this theory now too that we kind of touched on yesterday, I believe, is that in 2012, supposedly, of course, the Hadron Collider sucked the world out. Now we're all dead. We're really, and we're really inside our own heads. Just living our life as we think.
Yeah.
So who knows,
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things that happen when people die. People say that they felt somebody touching them, after the person just recently died. An incident that happened with my mother-in-law. She died 3:00 in the morning, and my brother-in-law got a call on his phone at 3:00 in the morning. Nobody answered. Nobody was there, but he got a call at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
On a cell phone. Yeah. So never could figure out what the hell happened, but that just goes to show you that some of the weird things that happen when people close to you die.
Scott goes, and I'm done.
So
what do you mean by that, Scott?
So you never know. When I croak, I might be back here.
Oh, by the way, macchiato is double espresso and milk.
See?
Okay.
The milk to espresso ratio.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, there's that call, right? It's weird. It's kind of weird. It's sometimes things like that just happen.
I think there was somebody that said in the news recently that somebody had died, and they brought back that experience with the light.
Yeah, or they see relatives, or yeah. So anyway, I think it's like 4 or 5 people that have become that they died, they're clinically dead.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Well, you better come back so you can tell us what happened.
I'll let you know.
All right.
If he doesn't, just pull up a Ouija board, whatever.
Oh, I won't go near a Ouija board. I'm not touching that at all. That's evil. I'm not even going near that.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you a little experience on the Ouija board. When I was 22 years old, we sat, and this is, it's 21. It was just before Nancy and I got married. And the Ouija board said we were going to have twins. No, we're not going to have, and we didn't. We had Chelsea, right? And it was going to be twin boys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when Melinda and I were together and she was pregnant with Nicholas was born, there was a second sack that came out.
Wow.
With no baby.
Kind of weird.
Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah. But I'm just saying.
I don't have a lot of time left, so let me just say my piece.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
No, not here we go. Not even here we go.
All right.
But in 2019, when my father...
Yeah. By the way, Matt don't care. You can hang out here all morning.
So in 2019, when my father, kicked the bucket, for months after that, weird stuff was just happening to me. In my room, I had one of his hats, and it would end up on my bed all the time when it was hanging up. Or one day I was sitting at my desk, and my seltzer can just across the desk, and I was like, "What the heck?" And then there was one day I was laying in bed, and I thought I felt a cat walk across the bed. When the cat walks across the bed and it pulls the sheets a little bit. There was no cat, so I'm like, did my dad just tuck me into bed? What the heck? And then like after a couple months, never happened again. Nothing.
What do you believe?
Hmm.
What do you believe? Do you believe that it was your father?
I mean, like it's the only logical explanation that I have.
Okay.
Just based on our relationship, which was very not great.
It was difficult. You
It
guys
was-
had a difficult
It
relationship,
was
right?
Yeah, it was difficult. So it's like, I don't know, maybe him just like trying to like make peace at the end.
Possibly.
Yeah. I
Possibly.
tell you, there's weird things that happen when people die.
Yeah.
People feel like
And then-
touching. It's probably, who the hell knows?
Yeah. So like for a couple of months, like weird stuff like that was just happening, and then never again, nothing.
Yeah. They just go.
Yeah.
The spirit is there, and then all of a sudden, they're gone. Yeah. I've
He
heard
loved you.
many-
He did.
there are many
I'm
stories
sure,
there.
but
Oh yeah. Yeah, he loved his Meggie Moo.
don't
no,
do that.
he's but he did. He talked about you a lot. He did. Ask Al Gear. I mean, we'd be sitting there and he'd be talking to him, whatever. But I believe that. I believe that,
Do you remember the day that
Could
I
be.
pranked you?
what did you do?
I took his mug out of the cabinet and put it on
Oh,
your desk, and you
yes.
freaked out.
Yes.
In the old station because his stuff was still there.
Yes. He had a mug and it was Todd's.
It said Todd on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I'm like,
you weren't in the station one day, so I was like, let's play a joke. So I took the Todd mug and just put it on Mike's desk. Didn't say anything.
Nothing.
Left, and then Mike freaked out when he found it.
I talked about it. I said, I don't know how this got here. I have no idea. Because, we were always all talking about little weird things that would happen,
sure.
After Todd passed away.
Yeah.
Perry says, Megan, you need to contact me. I knew your dad and I need to talk to you.
I mean, you can find me on Facebook. Like,
Get me on my fan page.
I'm pretty sure Perry has talked to my sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she
So-
mentioned something.
Yeah. And I've met Perry, at least once. I think it was at Cumbies, wasn't it? Actually, nice guy.
But yeah.
So
Anyway,
what are these flashing lights? Are they? I'm of the belief, honestly, that the flashing lights is what you said is like your brain shutting down, and those are the last things that you kind of see.
I think a lot of it plays in. Well, it's not even like I think. It's really just what you believe, like religiously, spiritually, whatever. And there's no one true religion. So
That's weird because that's what. Go ahead.
you know what I mean? There's no one true religion. It's
Yep.
not, the Christians are right, the Muslims are right, the Jews are right. Like,
Yep.
It's like,
Who
you know what I
knows? Who's right, Paul? What religion is right, and whose belief is correct? I've had this argument with my father for years.
I don't think it makes a difference what religion
I
you
don't
are.
think it does either. Personally, it's my personal belief.
I mean, just a spiritual belief that you believe in, whether you do or you don't.
So like
Right.
me personally, I've always been like the science, like
Yeah.
science, like
Science.
rules all. Thank you, Michael. Thanks for that. But
Yes,
It's
that
like-
really is gone.
I can't blame, religion on one thing or another because I'm not religious.
Right.
So I have no religious beliefs.
Yep.
So it's like what happens after you die. I mean, if you can I think of it like this, if you can go to sleep and not even realize that you're sleeping, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, I was asleep.
Yep.
Like, it's just like that, but you don't wake up.
Yep.
You
You see now, this goes into a few people that I know that have, like I started saying a few minutes ago. Not one has said that they've seen the flashing, the tunnel of lights, or anything. Had a conversation with a guy last night, and I said, "Did you see any lights?" He goes, "Nope." He goes, "I thought I just went to sleep for a little bit." He goes, "Because I got into the ambulance, and when I came to, I was at the hospital." And they were saying things, and he's going, "They're talking about me. They're talking about me." And yeah. So I guess it depends on who you're talking to,
Mhm.
and what they believe and stuff like that. And I think that right there could help mold what you believe if something happens, whether it's your brain or whatever. But what about the folks in the chat? What do you guys think? Like and on what they call an NDE, a near-death experience. And I think religion helps mold what happens.
Oh, religion helps mold everything.
You talk to a lot of
religion. Sorry.
No.
Religion is one of the major building blocks of socialization. If you grow up religious, it founds like the basis of your core beliefs as an adult. You know, like I grew up Catholic. I'm not religious in my adult life, but as a child, I was Catholic. And it took so long to get out of the Catholic mindset of like, I'm going to hell for everything that I do because my parents just scared
It's true.
like the daylights out of me.
That was the way they taught it back then, which was very, very wrong.
Oh,
They didn't teach
I
it.
grew up Catholic too.
They just didn't teach it right. They taught you to be
You
scared.
know, you're not the first person I've heard make that argument, saying they didn't teach it right. And it's like, okay, so what are they doing now to teach it right? What changes have been made?
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm just saying.
I don't know what they're doing now. The church was really bad back years ago. I mean, take it back to the early days and even during the time with the Native Americans. I mean,
they were politicians.
They were bad, you know, so.
But regardless, the point I was making was nature versus nurture, you know? So naturally, we have our instincts. The nurture part is everything we are taught to believe. Everything like we learn from socialization through religion, school, family, like that's everything. And that kind of shapes your beliefs. And then even if you're like myself, I'm not religious anymore, but I still have like certain beliefs that are founded in Catholicism.
Right. You have core beliefs, and then there are things that are going to resonate with you,
right?
That are going to stay with you. You're going to pick and choose and that's what makes, you know, what you believe to be true, and what that molds your own personal faith, which is different than yours, which is different than mine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's why a lot of the social media stuff.
You gonna say goodbye to your bestie?
That's why a lot of the social media apps. Goodbye, bestie. Whatever. the social media apps are. That's what they're doing. Think about it.
Yeah,
they're
divisionalism.
They're doing, instead of religion doing it, the social media apps are making people change.
The social media apps,
are.
I don't know how to phrase it, because I typically have a quite vulgar vernacular.
No.
But the social media apps are just trying to sell you things all the time. And whether that means changing your core beliefs to sell you more things, like they'll do it.
They do try to sell you everything.
Yep.
And that's it.
It's overwhelming too.
Yeah.
I don't care that like China has my information. Like I don't care about that, but stop trying to sell me things.
Yeah. And plus, even if you try to go private on social media, guess what? If they're gonna find you, you're gonna get got. It is nothing that's gonna stop them from finding you. Yeah. How many times have I said a million times? I love it when people go, "What's your name on Facebook?" Lisa Marie. Oh, so you're going to take your first name and your middle name. And that's going to make a big difference. Yet there's 7,000 pictures of your kids.
Yeah. I mean,
that are public.
I think I like to give people the benefit of the doubt and assume that they're doing it for, you know, privacy reasons. Like if you're like a therapist or a social worker, like you might not want to use your full legal name on Facebook.
Yep.
But there's a lot of people that just do it to do it. And that's, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so too.
But
all right, see you later. I mean, I like it when she comes in because she gives us a different view. That, I mean, there's 3 different generations here when Megan comes in. Yeah. So I think it's good to hear that. She may not agree with you or me, or we may not agree with her, but it's good to have that. I love the 3-person dynamic when we do it. So Disco Daryl says, "Do you remember what was there before you were born?" He goes, "That's what's waiting for you later." Nothingness.
Well, I think a lot of people think that they were reincarnated because of something in their memory. Oh, why do I like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was you probably were a cat when you were reincarnated. Who the hell knows?
Could be.
Maybe that's why a lot of people now are changing their genders to animals because maybe you know what I'm saying? Maybe they were a dog. Maybe they were a cat or a horse. Who the hell knows?
Christina says having a world viewpoint is so important. It is your ideas or that's a big word, Christina. Presuppositions, and you adhere to it. You continue to grow and change, which is true. It's evolution.
Mm-hmm.
And your evolution affects society. And that's how society evolves.
Yep.
Through personal evolution, and then they two friends and so on and so on. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Do you believe that when the day comes, Paul, another 30, 40 years, when you go pause up,
yep.
Do you believe that you're going to see bright, flashy lights and you're going to start seeing people that, have passed before you? Do you think, what is your belief?
I really don't. I really never really get into thinking that, but the only thing I think that perhaps you would see somebody that you knew that's already passed away.
Okay. Now, is that just your brain telling you that, or?
I don't know. I guess I've always thought that
Okay.
When you die, you're going to see people you haven't seen that have passed
Then
away.
what?
I don't know. I kind of always wondered because your brain and you're always thinking and thinking and thinking, what happens when you die? Where does that thinking go?
Mm-hmm.
Where does it go?
I
Does
don't
it just
know.
fade away? And think about it. Do you just go blank? What happens?
Don't know. That's the thing. I'm not eager to find out, but
maybe sooner. Who the hell knows?
So you believe in an afterlife?
I'm not sure if I believe in an afterlife, but I always wondered what happens with your thinking. Where's that go?
You talking about like maybe your spirit?
Yeah, where does it go?
Maybe it just kind of dissolves into the universe.
Yeah, maybe you're no longer just gone.
You can't destroy energy.
No, I don't know.
So there's that.
Yeah, who the hell knows? I mean, it's something unfortunately we won't find out because if we were able to find out and knew what happened, then you could predict when you're going to, when you're going to kick the bucket.
Right.
Which is what they don't want you to do. I mean, a lot of people knew when they were going to kick the bucket, they would certainly do a lot of things different.
Maybe. Yeah, that's possible.
They would. A lot of people who were bad would say, "Oh man, I got to straighten out."
But do you believe in the concept of heaven and hell?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Okay, so you believe in fire and brimstone?
Yeah, I guess I could say that. That's the way I was always raised to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Whether there
I
don't know. Maybe that's your prerogative. You don't have to believe in anything.
I don't believe in hell as a physical place.
Yeah, you don't have to believe in anything.
If I said that in church, I'd be run out on a rail. But I don't believe it's a physical place.
I mean, the whole thing about going to church just makes you feel good.
Don't send me there because just to find out, so you know. I mean,
just to make you go there and feel good about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, right?
What, church?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's about faith.
Yeah, go every Sunday. You'll feel good when you come out.
See, though, that's the whole thing that I was talking about, like when Megan said, it's nurture versus nature, what your faith is and stuff. So and that was the argument that I've had with my dad for many, many years.
Yeah.
Is, who's right? Are the Muslims right? Is the Islamics right? Are the Jehovah's Witnesses right? The Christians right? The Catholics? There's over 10,000 religions in this world. Who's right? Who's wrong? Yeah. So, and I said to my dad that, and he goes, well, I'm right. I said, okay, so you're saying that if you're not Catholic, you're going to hell.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, not you, my dad. I said that to my dad, and he goes, well, yeah. I said, no. I said that I don't believe that at all.
I don't either.
And I said, so basically you're going to say someone that is Muslim who is a wonderful person, led a pure life. People love this person and did nothing but good deeds. They're going to hell because they're not Catholic. I said, Pop, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. And you don't have to go to church to have faith.
Correct.
You don't have to go to church to have faith.
Correct the mundo.
Not at all. Just because you don't go to church doesn't mean you don't have the Spirit.
Right.
So, well, just because you don't go to church, you're going to hell. That's not true.
Right.
I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Yeah. So no matter what you are, whatever your faith is, who cares?
Right.
It's what you believe in, not what somebody else cares about what you believe in.
So the afterlife really is a conversation of religion and faith, is it not?
Yeah.
Or is it just a conversation of some physicality that happens when your body is shutting down?
Don't know.
So there are many accounts of people that have died on the operating table or, whatever, in a hospital room or whatever, that come or regain consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And they have floated around the room. And they remember doctors saying stuff. Not even in that room or nurses, but in a different room.
Yeah.
How do you explain that?
You can't.
You can't. Anybody got an explanation for that?
No, can't.
I don't even watch things on like Discovery when it comes to like this kind of subject because it's all commercialized and it's just a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
But what happens?
Something we'll never know until you get there.
Right.
Fortunately, that's the way it works. Yeah. Some people get there early. Some people get there later.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not eager to find out.
You're going to get there.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. It's not.
Happen.
We don't get out of here alive.
No.
Which is true. So,
yeah.
Some just sooner than others.
Correct.
No, you're fine. I gotta look sense. That was funny. Looked at Megan. Bye, bestie.
We are completely opposite.
Who, you and Megan?
Yeah.
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 We're totally different generations, too.
Yeah.
You have different generational thinking.
Yeah.
And there she is. She's
listening,
watching, waiting.
No, I won't say anything.
No, well, I should just come up and beat your ass. She's just downstairs.
No,
now.
she can't do that. It's a felony.
Oh, Jesus, that's right. You cannot hit a senior citizen.
No, you can't. It's a felony.
Because you are so frail.
That's right.
Oh, God. So, there she is, watching, waiting.
I ain't gonna say anything.
So it's a religious belief, is it not? It's so instead of a physical belief, of what happens. Or do you believe in mediums? that supposedly can contact people that have passed?
I'm not so sure about that.
Okay. What do you guys think? I mean, there's not too much activity. There's some people here, but not really anybody saying anything what they think.
Yeah,
I'm really curious.
It's kind of a scary subject for some people.
It is.
A lot of people don't want to talk about death.
Well, I'm not really talking about death.
No,
I'm talking about what the experience supposedly.
Well, a lot of them haven't experienced it, so.
Well, it's all gonna happen to us.
Oh, definitely, but then they wouldn't be on your show.
Well, no, maybe they came back, and they have a first world account.
Oh, there you go. So maybe those cats that you home, maybe it's somebody you knew. That's why they're peeing on your comforter.
Oh God!
Who did you tick off years ago?
I know. Could be any number of people.
Yeah.
So you're not so sure if you believe in mediums and
no.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. What if somebody came to you and said something to you about someone that has passed that is undeniable? Undeniable.
So what are they going to say?
I don't know. I mean, but I'm just saying, let's just say,
Can I prove that it's right?
but what are the odds that it's wrong? You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
Let's say there are somebody passed and they said before they pass it, they're going to look at you and say, when they come back, the code is how now, brown cow. And then a medium comes up to you and says, I'm getting something and I don't, how now, brown cow?
Well, then that might make me do a double take.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
But that doesn't happen.
But what if it did?
They come back and they tell you things that they can make things up and tell you stuff that, and a lot of people go for it. They fall for it. And as far as knowing any history of that person, it's very easy to find out about the history.
Is anybody out there with an M name? An M name? Anybody with an M name?
Yeah.
Mark, Mary, Michael,
Sure.
Madagascar, anything? M name? You. How about an L name? L name. I'm getting an L name.
Yeah.
Somebody with an R name. All right. Chances are, somebody with an M name knows somebody that died with the name R.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I don't know.
Yeah. That's kind of
But I've heard some pretty weird stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know.
But
and I've talked to many of these, and not one has ever been able to give me anything from my mother. Because if anybody was going to come through, it'd be my mother.
And she would tell you.
Oh yeah.
They would come back and they would something that you would remember, that something she might have said that nobody else would have known about, and they said that.
Mm-hmm. You ever heard of the Amazing
Then
Randy?
you'd say, "Oh."
You ever heard of the Amazing Randy?
No.
Okay, he was a magician that debunks psychics, and he's had 1 million. I don't think he's with us anymore. Maybe we can contact him. But he had what they call $1 million challenge. First, it was $100,000 challenge, and then he bunked it up. That somebody could give him undeniable proof, of an afterlife, and he never paid it out. Yeah. So then there's Harry Houdini. Probably one of the greatest illusionists of our time.
Yeah.
He had a code word for his wife, Beth. And after he died, nothing. Yeah. She had seance after seance after seance.
And the code word never came up. So there you go.
Yeah. Laura says, I believe in reincarnation. Their next life really wasn't for them. They were sent back until it was their time.
Yeah, that's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next life wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, that's very possible. Yeah.
So now there's the argument. Okay, you're reincarnated only because you got to come back because you have more lessons to learn. That's the other thing I hear.
And you can come back as anything.
Yeah. What do you think this world's all about, really? What do you think we're supposed to? See? Because I don't buy into the fact for some reason that when you die, that's just it. Because that makes this life completely useless.
I know there's
no meaning to it. So there has to be something.
And that's where everybody's kind of like, what happens?
Yeah. What does happen?
Yeah. I mean, you could have been something many, many years ago and you've come back to say, man, why do I remember something like that?
I have a recurring dream.
You do?
All the time. And I can even see it in my mind's eye now. Just like it's that I was buried alive. And that was
not uncommon back then.
No, I'm talking about like, and it's weird because when I see like Confederate soldiers and stuff, I'm like, I do get wigged out a little bit and I don't know why. But I remember, the dream or whatever it is that I have is that I'm in a box and they put me in and you can still see lights, like coming through because they're just boxes.
Yep.
And I literally can feel like the pebbles hitting me as they're dumping dirt on me.
Yeah.
All right. So this is it's right. And then I just fade to black. And that's it. I don't remember anything past that. And here I am. But I don't. Yeah.
Possibly it could have been a Southern soldier. He could have been, he could have been a Confederate.
I don't know.
Who the hell knows?
I have no idea what the meaning is behind that, but I can tell you that I am extremely claustrophobic.
Well, it could be because that's, see, now we can get into psychology here now because you have that reoccurring dream of being in a box and being covered up. Is that why you're claustrophobic?
I don't know.
Well, see.
I mean, it's a possibility.
I can analyze that.
So
let's lay on the couch and let's talk about it.
Oh, you mean like past life regression or whatever? Court. Hey, Court. Good morning. Court always has an interesting view on something.
Yeah.
He says, maybe there are mysteries we are never meant to solve to keep us humble.
True. Yeah. It's the mystery of when you die, what happens?
What's this? Yeah.
Hmm. People have tried to figure that out, but nobody's come up with the answer yet. Yeah.
Not really.
Nope.
Nope, they have not. They have not.
Well, let's unfreeze Walt Disney and see what happens.
But supposedly he's not technically dead.
No.
Well, he's just frozen.
Just frozen in time.
With cryogenics, man. Do you believe that? Do you believe in cryogenics that can? No, you don't think so? Nah. Why? They can freeze things. They have frozen things.
Yes, because even when people have drowned under ice, they able to bring them back with very little damage because of the temperature difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure how long he's been dead, which has been a long time, whether they would ever bring him back. He'd probably turn over his grave anyway. What happened now with Disney anyway, but that's beside the point.
Or he may sit up and go, "Oh boy!"
Yeah,
it could happen. I don't know. The only thing I can tell you is that my mantra has always been the same, and it's never say never.
Yeah. No.
Never say never because you don't know.
You don't know. That's true.
I don't know anybody that's given me undeniable proof of anything. If there was undeniable proof, there wouldn't be all these videos on YouTube. There wouldn't be specials on A&E. There wouldn't be specials on Discovery Channel. It's always the big mystery.
Oh yeah,
it's nothing that's solved.
Right.
There's a ton of money that's made on this stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can't believe half of it.
No, not at all. So who's to say?
Can't say.
There's only one way we're going to find out.
When it happens.
Exactly. And that's
it.
We can go ahead and have perceptions and beliefs and spit things out all the time. And it's always going to be different from person to person. I think that's based on their belief and how they were molded.
Absolutely.
Right. So you believe in an afterlife.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know what. You ever think, where does your brain go?
I can. Yeah, have I ever told you what I thought? And it is, out there. My belief is just, and I've never heard anybody that had the same belief as I. That doesn't mean I'm wrong.
No.
Doesn't mean I'm right either.
No.
But I don't think it's about that. I think it's about having faith in something and not having fear.
Right.
I think it's all about fear. I think we need to learn to not be afraid. People don't want to hear that. I think that scares people. The business of not being afraid scares people. How does that?
Well, I think a lot of people are afraid.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are afraid what's going on in the world today.
It's going to happen. What are you going to do?
Well, that's the problem. There's a lot of people that are worrying what's going on in the world today. Is this going to be World War III? Is it going to be nuclear, whatever? A lot of people worry about that stuff.
Yeah.
Because the news media loves to push it on people so they be scared. Why worry about
I'm not fearful of it anymore.
Yeah.
I used to be. I used to be scared to death. No pun intended.
Yeah.
I just not because it's like I think it's the older I get.
Yeah.
Has your view changed The older that you got? I mean, is your view on death the same when you were 25 as you are now at almost 80?
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Right.
You're right. And I looked and I say, how much time I got? You know, I say to myself, why do I want to buy that? I may not be here.
Do you really have that thought now?
Yeah.
So what is it you wanted to buy that you thought?
Why would I want to, especially if I'm
Did you go through that when you went looking for your new truck?
No, shit, no.
No, okay. So what are you talking about then? What is it?
Well,
something?
if there's something I was going to buy, like was going to be available in 6 months.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's there. It's being now. And I said, well, do I really want to buy that 6 months from now? Who the hell knows? So I kind of don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my mindset now. But years ago, I'd say, I just wait 6 months.
Well, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Does your birth certificate have an expiration date?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. So buy it.
No. I know.
You don't know. You
I
could
know.
be here 20 years. You don't know.
Oh, I know.
You could be repping Bob Barker.
Yeah, it could be.
You know?
Don't know.
Bob Barker's 99.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Jimmy Carter, man. He's still alive, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't think he's passed yet.
No.
Even though he's in hospice care.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything in the last few days really as far as yeah, that's one guy who has a very deep religious faith.
He's a very religious person. Yeah.
But his presidential legacy, not good. But his environmental legacy is amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he'll go down in history as a horrible president.
A what?
A horrible president.
Nah.
You don't think he was horrible?
Well, I think he was horrible. He won't be the worst horrible one.
Okay.
There's another guy in line waiting to take his place.
Who's that?
Well, you know who it is.
No.
I'm not going to mention any names. Yeah. Although people love him, so what can I say? Yeah.
That's another thing. That's.
I don't think he's going to.
So
He's
many
not going to run in
unknown-
24. He's not. No, I guarantee he won't run 24.
Huh?
No,
You don't think so?
no.
He's not going to say that he is or isn't because
He won't
makes
say it
him a
right.
lame
He
duck
won't
president.
say it,
You know?
but there'll be another candidate in there to take over. Yeah, whoever that's going to
So
be.
he would be what, 82?
He be what?
He would be 82 in the next election.
He is. Yeah.
Would he be?
No.
How old will he be?
I think he's like 80 now. 80.
Yeah, so he would be 82
Yeah.
for the next election.
Election,
So
yeah.
let's see here.
No, he won't. They won't.
Joe is 80 years old.
Yeah, no, it ain't going to happen. He's fragile.
Mhm.
He's very fragile. Watch the way he walks. He walks very slowly and, Christ, it's very easy. He better not fall down the steps of Air Force One again because he'll break a friggin' hip. I mean, he is very fragile just by looking at him, just by the way he walks.
A couple of sites right now are saying Biden may not run. Top Democrats are quietly preparing.
Sure they are. They know damn well that he's too old, and a lot of people realize he's too old, and because of some of the things he says. He can't remember some of the words he says. I've been in I've been in things for 400 years. It's really been 40. He just mispronounces things and says things that just don't make any sense. Which scares you because now he's talking at the global platform. What the hell was he going to say? And I think a lot of people realize that. So I don't know. He won't run. There'll be somebody else who'll come up. Hopefully it's somebody halfway decent. I don't know. No.
Anyway, weird conversation today. But I kind of like it. I like the whole, going down that rabbit hole kind of thing.
And you're talking about stuff you really can't answer. You're just shooting from the hip.
Well, Here's Laura. People that are scared of the unknown struggle with what will happen to them when they die.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people use their faith to help find peace with death.
Yeah.
Can't argue that fact, can you?
No, you can't argue that fact.
Anyway, Laura, how was your birthday, by the way? I hope your birthday was good. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's Friday.
Right.
We usually knock out a little early on Friday
Yeah. What
because
happened?
breakfast.
I don't have my watch.
Yeah, I noticed. I sent you a text this morning early, and then I backed it up with I said, "What am I talking about? You're not going to see this."
You know, for some reason, a lot of texts come through and then it makes a sound.
Yeah.
For some reason, when yours come through, there's no sound. I don't know how to fix that.
Oh, maybe because you've silenced me. It's the
No,
one
I
way
didn't
you can
silence
me.
anything. Yeah.
It's the one way you can silence me and shut me out. Turn my notifications off.
I don't even. No, I wouldn't. I don't do that. But I don't understand why there's no sound. And I got sound on all the texts, and a lot of them come through. But for some reason, I don't know if it's iMessage or message. I'm not sure how the hell that works.
If it's blue, it's iMessage.
Oh,
If
really?
it's green, it's a text message.
Oh, if it's blue, let's see. What do you come?
So like if you're going iPhone to iPhone and it's blue,
Yeah.
and it doesn't go through, hold it and it'll say send. It'll ask if you want to send it as a text message.
Well, yours came through white.
Oh, I
There's
don't
no
know.
color.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. So anyway, congratulations to the boys Wolverine basketball team. They won yesterday against Putnam 69-61. It was a little nip and tuck at first because they were up by about 20 or 22.
Yep.
And then they put the second string players in and gave it all away almost.
Well, a lot of times that happens.
Yeah. And it
So
was
you got to put the first team back in.
they did. That was the first time I'd ever seen that.
Yeah.
It's the first time I'd
Okay.
ever seen a coach have to take his starters and put them back in.
Sometimes the bench just all up to spar. Sometimes
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Then they start to lose and they got to get him back in there to get the score back up again.
Yep.
Happens a lot.
Yeah. So they came back to and they held on to the lead and they won. So
Yep.
they have Bacon Academy next. That's tomorrow. It's the semifinals.
Yep.
And then the finals will be at Mohegan Sun on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
The Griswold girls did make the state tournament.
Yeah.
With usually you need 8 wins to get into the state tournament, but I guess now it's 7. So congratulations to the girls. They're going to be playing Cromwell
Oh.
in their first round action.
Gotcha.
They got a 26 seed, and that could be a rough game against Cromwell. I mean, let's you never know what'll happen, especially in the high school ranks. So could be a big upset. You never know.
Never know.
You just never know.
Yeah. It's supposed to possibly snow on Tuesday. Could be our first
Oh yeah.
snowstorm. So
Wow.
yeah.
It's coming from California. So, and also the Griswold Wolverines, the boys are 12-0 at home. If you go to the SNSN sports page, there's a picture of the team along with Coach Molesky and holding a little 12-0 plaque. So it's really cool.
Good.
So, and I can't remember the last time the Wolverines have gone 12-0 at home in basketball. I mean, it's got to be 15 years at least. I think you got to go back to the Gary Cannell days when he was coaching. So, who is a legend, over 500 wins. So, all right. Have a good weekend, Paul.
You too.
All right. And we will see you Monday right here on SNSN. Be safe, everybody.
Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card.